12 steps to better memory. Step 3. Improve your everyday memory. Paula was in a hurry to buy a birthday present for her nephew on her way back to work. She pulled into the mall, threw her car in the park, and dashed into the closest toy store. When she came out 10 minutes later, she scanned the lot and realized with a sinking feeling that she had no idea where she had parked her car. As she ran up and down the lane, she became even more panicked. Paula's problem shared by many people who get lost easily or who can't remember where they have been is that she isn't paying enough attention to her surroundings when she left her car in the parking lot. Totally absorbed in her errand, she was traveling on automatic pilot and had no idea where she was parking. Because of this, she was unable to retrace her steps to her car. Everyday forgetting. There are a host of other types of everyday forgetting. Did you ever have to return to your house because you couldn't remember if you turned off the iron, the hair colors, or the electric heaters? Do you ever lock yourself out of your car or your safe house? This type of everyday forgetfulness is very common, partly because of you have done these tasks so often in the past. It can be hard to remember specifically if you turn off the iron this time, opposed to all those other times. Some people are naturally more concerned about checking, and a few who have an extreme problem in this area actually have no obsessive compulsive disorder. Fortunately, for most people, the urge to check is completely normal. The busier you are, the more difficult it can be to remember details unless you have a system. That's why people on the go find it so helpful to rely on diary, list, calendar, date timers, computerized telephone list, and other memory aids. There are a variety of practical strategies you can use in your everyday life to remember the day-to-day detail that make your life run smoothly. These strategies won't give you a photographic memory, but they will help you avoid those irritating memory lapses that can cost time, patience, and even money. Remembering places. If you often find yourself in polar situation, there are some simple steps to avoid this problem in the future. Once you park your car, look around you and record cue to help you find the car. Are you near a telephone pole? Is there a funny-looking tree nearby? Don't rely on looking for the distinctive car parked next to you. It almost assuredly will be gone when you try to retrace your steps. As you leave your car, turn around to take a mental photograph for the scene as you will see it when you come back. These tips are also useful for remembering where you are going and where you have been when you are traveling or hiking to better remember your way as you go. Record visual cues from both directions. You will be surprised how different things look when seen from the opposite perspective. Dwell on strong images as you travel, mentally flashing back to them occasionally. Involve as many senses as you can. Take note any unusual smell, noises, etc. The more sense you involve, the stronger the memory will be. If you don't feel you are very good at following maps, write down directions and study them thoroughly before heading out. There is nothing more stressful than trying to drive and read a list of directions at the same time, and the more stress you are feeling, the harder time you will have to remember the directions. And looking at individual differences in memory for places, such as ability to read a map or find your way in a strange environment. Scientists have found that people who have a good sense of direction are those who can benefit from experience and acquire an accurate mental map. These individuals also rate themselves as better as giving and following direction and remembering route as a passenger. They also enjoy reading maps and finding new route. If you have a good sense of direction, it may be that you possess a group of ability such as good visualization and spatial reasoning. They reinforce each other. Remembering everyday information. Organize. The more detail and information you are trying to juggle, and the more stress you are placing on yourself, the more problem you will be probably have remembering everything you need to do. Make to-do list. One of the best known methods of help us remembering important information is simple to-do list. His portable memory aid can help you remember everything from what to buy at the grocery store to what you keep in your safety deposit box. But making a grocery list won't help you at all if you leave it behind at the kitchen table, or if you can't find it and you need it because of the clutter in your purse or your briefcase. Always keep your list in one place where they can be easily located. Organize your list into categories. If you are making a grocery list, group similar food together: vegetable and fruit, meat, frozen food, etc. If you are good at visualizing, think of the store as you write the list and place the item in order depending on which aisles you will visit first. If you are got coupons, organize them in the same fashion. It's much easier to check off items and you purchase them than it would be if you wrote everything down in no particular order. Make your list easy to find. Don't scribe a long list on a matchbook-size scrap on paper. You will be sure to misplace it. Find a large piece of paper, preferably colored, to make it stand out. Some people find it helpful to write grocery lists on the back of the envelope and to carry their coupon inside the envelope. Record important numbers because you'll never know when you are going to need important numbers. It's a good idea to keep them where you'll be sure to find them. Be always keeping them in the same place. You'll sure to locate them even if you are rushed or under great stress. Be sure to keep these numbers in your wallet or purse. Phone numbers of your doctors, contact person in case of emergency, close friends and neighbors, and your home. Medical insurance number, social security number, license plate number. Make a packing list. Whether you are taking trip or moving across town, packing list will come in handy. To make sure you don't leave an important item behind, make a packing list before you take any trip. Some experts suggest starting at one end of the body and working your way up or down to avoid missing any important item or clothing. Others suggest grouping clothes according to type: good clothes, casual clothes, sports clothes, and so on. Be sure to include medication, equipment, and personal care items. As you pack each item, check it off on your list. After you've finished the packing, place the list on top of the suitcase so you can add it to it as you remember it. Keep the list stored in the suitcase so you can check off items as you repack. This way, you will never leave your favorite expensive shampoo or your toothbrush behind in somebody else's bathroom. When you pack for a move, it's important to keep a list for each container so you will know where everything is. Otherwise, you will sure to need the item immediately and have no clue as to where it might be found. Make a list of items as each box is packed and place the list on top of the contents before you close the lid. To avoid having to open a whole series of boxes just to find your can opener once boxes have arrived in your house. number each box and keep a list of numbered containers and their general contents. Or simply number the list to match the numbered boxes and keep the list with you. Plan ahead for medical visit. If you are going to visiting the doctor in a week or so, write down a list of questions if you want to ask. Most people find visiting the doctor to be stressful, and some are so intimidated by medical setting that every question they want to ask simply vanishes. Write the question in your list starting with the most important ones and ending with the least important in case you don't have through them all. What's the name of the illness? What caused it? What can be done to alleviate symptoms? What treatments are available? What's the cost of treatment? Where are treatments available? Are there any experimental treatment available? If so, how does one join the trial? What medications are necessary? Should the medication be taken at any particular time of day? Can the medication interact with other pills, food, and beverage? If you have any sort of continuing medical problem, especially if you visit several specialists or take many medication, it's a good idea to keep a medical notebook to take with you to all of your appointments. In this notebook, you should record your medical story, including detail of all surgery, medical visit, tests ordered, and their result, medication, etc. Such a notebook is invaluable when you are asked to fill out questionnaire for few physicians, and it can help your doctor trace your medical history and gain insight into your condition.